Welcome to this YouTube channel. In this video we are going to talk about top 10 NFL's coaches. So before starting this video, like this video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. Coaches in the NFL may have a greater impact on game outcomes than coaches in any other sport. They have practically complete control over what their players do at all times during the game. They must make choices concerning the clock, timeouts, challenging plays, and so on in real time. They have the ability to either ruin or steal a game. Welcome to the official coaching rankings from CBS Sports. We've ranked the top 10 players in every position group, from quarterbacks to kickers and punters, during the last few weeks. Yes, really. Now it's time to talk about coaches. Below are my current rankings for the top 10 coaches in the NFL. Number 10. Vikings Mike Zimmer. Mike Zimmer continues to feel undervalued. For the previous 6 seasons, he has done the following as the Vikings head coach. He has a 5-7, 3-8-1 record, winning 59.9% of the games he has played in. Despite being locked in the same division as Aaron Rodgers, he's made the playoffs in half of his 6 seasons. If Blair Walsh hadn't gone all Blair Walsh on him, he'd be 3-2 instead of 2-3 in the playoffs. He always gets the most out of the Vikings defense as a defensive-minded coach. The Vikings defense has finished in the top 10 in points allowed 5 times in his 6 seasons with the team. The only time they didn't place in the top 10 was in his debut season as coach, when they finished 11th. Zimmer isn't the best coach in the world. To gain greater respect, he'll most likely need to win more postseason games. He is, however, a defensive-minded coach who consistently achieves results from his defense. Number 9. Doug Pederson. Doug Pederson had a 38-26 record with the Eagles in 4 seasons, while dealing with a slew of ailments. That's a winning percentage of 59.4%. In 3 of his 4 seasons, he's made the playoffs. The true reason Pederson is ranked so high is because of the 2017 season, when he led the Eagles to the top of the NFC playoff standings and then overcame a season-ending injury to Carson Wentz, by getting the most out of backup quarterback Nick Foles, who went on to win the Super Bowl. Despite the fact that the Eagles haven't fully realized their potential in the last 2 seasons, they've nevertheless made the playoffs each time. Pederson has shown a willingness to be aggressive in the past, most notably against the Patriots in the Super Bowl, which could endear him to NFL fans who want to see the game improve. Number 8. Seahawks Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll would be towards the top of this list if it were only based on victories and losses. He's coached the Seahawks for 10 years and has a 105-9-1 record, 62.8%. He's taken them to 2 Super Bowls, winning 1 of them. He's only missed the playoffs twice in his career. He's only missed the playoffs once since acquiring Russell Wilson. Carroll's Seahawks have never finished lower than 9-7 with Wilson at the helm. Carroll was always a foregone conclusion when it came to making this list. Carroll is one of the top coaches in football if wins and losses are considered. Spoiler alert, they are. So, why is Carroll ranked so low, ahead of coaches who have achieved far less than he has? There is no simple solution to this question, but keep in mind that this is a forward-looking list. It isn't solely dependent on previous success. Number 7. Steelers Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin has had a successful coaching career that includes 2 Super Bowl appearances and 1 championship, but the 2019 season, which concluded without a postseason appearance, may have been his best ever. Despite losing Ben Roethlisberger early in the season and having to finish the season with Mason Rudolph and Devlin Hodges at quarterback, who combined to throw 18 touchdowns and 17 interceptions, the Steelers won 8 games thanks to their outstanding defense, which ranked 3rd in DVOA and 1st in takeaways. The only thing they lacked was a capable quarterback. Tomlin has won 1 Super Bowl in his 2 Super Bowl appearances, as previously stated. In 13 seasons, he's won 133 games for a winning percentage of 64.2. He's never finished with a losing record. He has a remarkable level of consistency. He doesn't always seem to get the credit he deserves, though. Number 6. Rams Sean McVay. Sean McVay has received a lot of flack following a terrible 2019 season, but it's important to put that season in context. McVay, who was hired at the age of 30, has a record of 24-8 in his first 2 seasons, including 2 playoff appearances and a Super Bowl appearance. Despite a dismal 2019 season, he still managed 9 victories, giving him a 3-year record of 33-15, or a 68.8% winning rate. Given his inexperience, there's a sample size issue that will be resolved in due time, but it's worth noting that he has a greater winning percent than any other coach on this list. That is why he is so highly regarded. So, why is he so low on the list? It all comes down to the 2019 season, when defenses appeared to finally figure out how to stop McVay's once-feared offense. The Rams' offense ranked 6th in DVOA in 2017, after finishing dead last the year before McVay arrived. Number 5. 49ers Kyle Shanahan. It wouldn't be unexpected if Shanahan, who is only 40 years old, becomes the league's best coach. He's definitely headed in that direction. He, like Andy Reid, is a mastermind on offense. It's difficult to trust stats or his resume, because he had been dealt a terrible hand up until the start of the 2019 season. In 2017, the 49ers began the season with Brian Hoyer and C.J. Beathard at quarterback, going a combined 1-10 until trading for Jimmy Garoppolo, who won the final 5 games of the season. After Garoppolo tore his ACL in Week 3 of 2018, the 49ers were forced to finish the season with Beathard and Nick Mullins. Shanahan's first 2 seasons as an NFL head coach resulted in a 10-22 record. Finally, we saw what Shanahan can do with a capable quarterback in 2019. With Garoppolo healthy, the 49ers went 13-3, cruised through the NFC playoff bracket, and then fell just short of winning the Super Bowl. Number 4. Saints Sean Payton. Sean Payton's Saints have recovered their standing as a top NFL club with 37 wins over the past 3 seasons, following a 3-year run of mediocrity in which they won 7 games a season from 2014 to 2016. They might have won another Super Bowl if not for some bad luck in the postseason. Despite not winning a second championship, Payton's Saints are consistently one of the league's best teams, making Payton one of the league's finest coaches. He has a 131-77 record in 13 seasons, good for a 63.0% winning percentage. He's been to the playoffs 8 times in his career. He's a Super Bowl champion. His offenses are nearly always effective. The Saints have finished in the top 10 in points scored in 11 of their last 13 seasons. Number 3. Ravens John Harbaugh. Let's start with John Harbaugh's resume, which is deserving of praise. He's averaged 9.8 wins a season as the Ravens coach, has made the playoffs 8 times, won a Super Bowl, and recently received his first Coach of the Year honor. But it was Harbaugh's work with Lamar Jackson over the last 2 seasons that cemented his standing as a top 3 coach. For starters, Harbaugh switched from Joe Flacco to Lamar Jackson in the middle of the season. With Jackson at quarterback, the Ravens went 6-1 despite their vastly different playing styles. Last off-season, the Ravens made adjustments to their offense to better suit Jackson's skills. That may appear to be a no-brainer, but it isn't always the case in the NFL. Number 2. Chiefs Andy Reid. Andy Reid finally received the recognition that his illustrious career deserved. Reid finally put it all together in his 21st season. As an NFL head coach, after going 1-3-0-9-3-1 with the Eagles but failing to win the Lombardi Trophy, and after averaging nearly 11 wins a season in his first 6 years in command of the Chiefs. Reid's Chiefs went 12-4 in 2019, bringing his overall record with the franchise to 77-35, 68.8%, before winning the Super Bowl. Reid's curriculum vitae has now been completed. Over the course of his 2 coaching jobs, he has 61 and 80% of his games. In terms of victories, he ranks 8th all-time. He'll be in the Super Bowl. With Patrick Mahomes as the team's long-term starting quarterback, Reid will certainly climb the all-time wins list in the coming years, and add to his collection of Lombardi trophies. It's not just about the victories and, now, postseason success. It's also about Reid's team's ability to win. He's the league's top offensive coach. Number 1. Patriots Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, the indisputable top coach in the NFL, is also probably the greatest coach in the sport's history. In his 21st season as head coach of the Patriots, Belichick has won an incredible 74.1% of the team's regular season games. He has an average of 11.9 victories each season. In 17 of those 20 seasons, he has made the playoffs, posting a 30-11 postseason record for a 73.2 winning percent. He's played in 9 Super Bowls and will do it again in the next 20 seasons. He has 6 Super Bowl victories, which is the most in NFL history. He even managed to get the Cleveland Browns to the playoffs before he landed in New England. In Cleveland, he even won a playoff game. What do you think about this video? Which of the following top 10 NFL's coaches you find most interesting? Do let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.